This content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no
a
one.
second.
No.
We return to our planet. The High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings, you're watching SeptumSin versus the World. I'm SeptumSin. This is Kotobukijake.
Hey,
I'm here to show you what, well, I got.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
Technically there's one item because we're going to continue Jacob's birthday bash.
Alright.
But I also got this item. It's going to be one that I hope to God I managed to surprise you with, but at the same time, you may already know this is out because you are in the know like I am when it comes to movies.
Yeah, when I feel like it.
So, and this is one that I think that you would have known about, but you haven't talked about it. So, my hope is that you don't know about it
Well, let's find out.
at the end of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll start out with my usual video games. So start with the PlayStation 5 title. As you can see, this is Watch Dogs Legion. This is the third Watch Dogs game.
Mm-hmm.
The first one kind of sucked, according to what I was told. Or it's basically, it's like Grand Theft Auto, except it deals with a lot of like hacking and stuff like that. And this one is on a bigger scale. I've heard good things, and it got down to like cheap, like $10 cheap. I mean, this has like a ton of price tags on it, so you know it's been up for a while. So I was like, okay, I can give this a go, and if I really love it when I play it, I might get the DLC. And if I don't, I'll just play the base game, beat it, and be done with it. Or not at all. But it looks fun. I played a little of the second game, and it was fun. The second game was very fun. So, I'm kind of happy on that end. So the next one was a Christmas gift by my cousin, which was a game that I already have, but hey, I can play it on Xbox now, which is Callisto Protocol. Now, Callisto Protocol was kind of a disappointment this past release cycle, as it's essentially, I've got it also on PlayStation 5, so I'm not going to bother with that pickup at this point, because, you know, I'm showing it off. It's about this guy who is a space trucker, and he's doing these runs this prison planet because which is on Callisto, which is a moon of Jupiter, and, you know, because he can get a lot of money that way. Well, he's attacked by a terrorist group and ends up crash landing on the planet. They decide to just lock him up for no reason. And then he wakes up in a cell to note that everything's going crazy. All the prisoners turn into these weird zombie things, and he's got to find a way out. It's decent on the scare level, but disappointing overall. It's a lot more of an action game with scary elements than it is a scary game like the new Dead Space, which I have digitally, so I don't have a physical of it. Now that one has been remade and is very creepy. But I'm going to give this one another try on my own time. I just don't know when. So, movie time. So, Dollar Tree. I got a Shudder one, which is Monstrum. Even got the tag on it here.
I've heard of this one.
A plague is taken over, and fear runs rampant on the streets. Rumors of a vicious monster roaming Mount Inwagasan begin to spread. Fear turns into panic. In order to quell the rising hysteria, the king brings his most trusted general out of retirement, joined by his daughter and right-hand man, the royal court officer, and the general sets out to find and defeat the mysterious creature. It looks like fun. It might be entertaining. I like Shudder stuff, so I'm willing to give it a shot. For $1 or $1.25.
Right.
So.
Right.
So this one is a classic. I've had the remake for years, but I went ahead and finally got James Caan's Rollerball, the original, because this is supposed to be a kind of a sci-fi horror classic.
Mm-hmm.
There's only Rollerball, a brutal mutation of football, motorcycles, and motocross and hockey. In a world where ruthless corporations reign supreme, this vicious, barbaric sport is the only outlet for the pent-up anger and frustration of the masses. So, it's one of those movies.
Yeah.
This is one of the MGM classics that they re-released on their DVD line. I didn't pay a ton for it. It's just kind of cool to have it in the collection. It's a classic. I've never seen it, but I've heard it's good. So I need to see this and the remake since I have both and see which one is better.
Sounds
In the
good.
comments, let us know. If you've seen both, which one do you think is better? I'm sure your answer, Jake, would probably be none of the above.
Now, I do need to see that.
So for TV, I have some oddities. One's kind of a boot, and the other one is of a boot of a show that's never had a physical release. And then one is a thing I got off of Right Stuff, which is multiple DVDs, which appear to be a series of mini docs. Well, we're going to start with the mini docs. The series is called Spiritual Earth, and I did really like that concept. So, I mean, they were like $1 something a piece when I got them, so hey, why not? So we start with Mount Fuji. And it says here, enjoy incredible views of Japan's Mount Fuji, edited from more than 800 hours of footage shot over 6 years. You can see the mountain's many characteristics as it's shrouded in clouds set against a real morning sky towering above its surrounding landscape. Set to a mystical soundtrack, these images will put you in awe of the amazing mountain. The entire program is presented in both color and black and white, and enjoy using the angles function on your DVD player. So this one might just be one of those background pieces.
That's what it sounds like.
But there's also Spiritual Earth, Astronaut's Eye. And there's Spiritual Earth, Aloha Waves. Which is kind of cool. And then finally there's Spiritual Earth, Crystal Water, which is kind of just showing a lot of wildlife footage and stuff from under the ocean.
Right.
So it'd be some fun stuff, you know? And if it's not, it's just a unique little thing. I don't think I've ever had anything like that in the collection, so sometimes it's fun just to have something different in there.
Sounds like something you could put on background at a party or something.
Yeah, exactly. So the next one is just an update, which is a Blu-ray copy of You Can't Do That on Television. I've had a ripped DVD version. This one's a little bit better in the picture quality and the sound quality for the rips. This one has never been released physically. And I think it's because of all the rights issues that are there. It's, I mean, it was a kid's version of SNL that was one of the original shows that started Nickelodeon off. And I used to love this as a kid. I still enjoy watching episodes occasionally as an adult. And some of the newer ones, they look crystal. Some of the older ones, well, not so much. But it's still fun. I recommend it. It's actually the birth of where they got green slime from, which is a staple for Nickelodeon. And what they would say if they said, I don't know, good, I'm safe, they would get slimed. And then if they said water, also good, they would get soaked with a bucket of water. It's kind of an interesting concept for it. It's fun. We'll have to put on an episode one time to show show you what's about.
Perhaps.
I don't think because you weren't a Nick kid, so you never got to see it probably.
I couldn't swear that I've never seen it, but it's not likely I saw much.
So let's talk anime.
Mm,
So we're going to do some anime series.
okay.
One that I know you have, which is Kaze-san and the Morning Glories.
Yeah, still need to see that. I don't think that's a series, though.
Is it not?
Pretty sure it's an OVA.
Oh, it's an OVA, but I don't count it as a movie because it's still, when it says OVA, it's like, what, 30 minutes? 60 minutes?
Something like that.
So a relationship is like gardens. It's hard, really hard to plant the initial seeds. Once you've gone through the agonizing process of wondering if the other person even likes you, fought the fear that telling her could destroy everything, and made your confession, the most difficult part begins. It looks interesting. It looks like from here it's basically done in 2 episodes. So, looks fun. Little short thing. Cheap Sentai. Which is why you have it.
One reason, yes.
Now, one that's also interesting, not as cheap, because it's from Funimation, but it's interesting, is
But-
Yanbo.
Ah.
Very weird looking. Look like those little Amazon things that they did for a while, little box figures. Humans can't see them. They resemble cats, but they aren't cats. A somewhat mysterious group of friends, they are the Nyanbo, a spin-off from author Kiyohiko Azuma's Yotsuba and manga. Nyanbo follows Tora and his sister Kotora and their friends Shiro and Kuro and Mike as they inhabit our world while they reassemble their UFO to return home.
So that's a spin-off of Yotsuba and, huh?
Yep.
Ah. I thought he swore that would never get an adaptation of any sort.
Well, I guess so. I guess it happens.
Okay.
But it
Which
looks
is a
fun.
shame, because Yotsuba and is fun. It'd make a fun anime, but apparently the creator hated Azumanga Daioh and said, no, you're not touching this. I don't know.
Well, I have 2. I've got a special and a movie.
Okay.
The special is a Lupin special. Lupin the Third, Return of Paikal, I guess.
Okay.
And the toughest enemies die hard, or is that more like hardly die? Lupin and his partners in crime in Greece gather in Greece to acquire the 7 mysterious celestial crystals. He targets one being kept in a Mediterranean mansion and finds himself up against not just his rival, Inspector Zenigata, but a second one as well. And one of them is more violent than usual.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's kind of a cool thing. I mean, it's a Lupin adventure. You get what you get. I didn't just sit down and watch all my Lupin stuff, but that could take a while. The series alone will take me forever. And
Yeah.
I've got all of the specials and such. I've watched a number of the specials, but they take
I've
some
watched a few. I need to
But they're
see.
fun. They are fun. I think that's good for a one-off or two-off thing. You know, you just put in a Lupin and just enjoy it.
Right.
But I'm a Lupin collector, and if there's an American release of a Lupin thing, I gotta get it. So, this next one I was debating. I was hoping they would come up with a box set, but it looks like instead they're just going to let them go OOP. And that is Urasai Yatsura, Beautiful Dreamer.
Ah.
Now, I've heard 2 rumors going around about why this has gone OOP. Oddly
Okay.
enough, only the Blu-ray, but it is officially OOP.
Okay.
The first rumor is that they never intended to keep the license for Urasai Yatsura for a long period. They just wanted to do a short release and be done with it. That's the scarier of the 2 rumors. Because that tells me I'd better buy those series ones up when they get them out, because who knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the other rumor is that because this one had a particularly difficult licensing process, because it, unlike the others, seems to have that difficulty, that's why this one in particular has gone out of print and the others are not yet out of print.
Why that one particularly?
There was a particular, I can't remember what it was, but there is something particularly different from this one and the others. I want to say that the company that produced it was different.
It could be.
So so it'll be interesting to actually see how it goes. But I do have this one, and I have the others on the way just in case.
Okay.
So
Are they still up through the first 4 for Discotheque?
all of them are out now.
They've got all of them out?
Yep, all
I
of them.
must have missed that. Okay.
Yep, all 6 films.
I need to get the last 3 then.
So that's everything I have. Now I'm going to be taking. Well, actually, no, I can't take this over because I need to see your reaction. So Silent Pickup is one that you may have already heard of, but I'm surprised you haven't talked about if you have heard of it because of one of the films in the collection.
Okay.
Arrow has just released a new filmmaker collection.
Oh, very nice.
Now, I'm going to show your copy, but I have a copy that's already sitting in the collection,
Okay.
and that is the Lucas Moodysson collection. Now, this one has some interesting films on it, so I'm going to list them for you.
Woohoo!
We Are the Best, Mammoth, A Hole in My Heart Container,
Okay.
Together,
Okay.
Fucking Amal, or Show Me Love, and last but not least, Lilia Forever.
Woohoo!
It also comes with a big old booklet
All right.
and loads of extras.
Uh-huh. That's pretty cool. And
Is
I'm
it
not
pretty
surprised
set?
it's Arrow that's doing that.
This is actually the limited edition version,
Nice.
so they probably will do a re-release later, but you're getting the premium edition.
And this will play on American players?
This is Region A,
All right.
so unless you have a Region B player for some reason,
No.
and you can see, look at all the tons of features down there.
Very nice.
Arrow does a good job of what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw that Lilia Forever was getting an official USA licensed release,
About freaking time.
I had to order it last minute, and I wanted to get this out early because I knew that you monitor things like that, and
No,
that
don't.
you might
You
find
freaking
out about
Arrow.
Lilia Forever
I
coming
don't
in.
pay attention to what Arrow does.
True, but if you went on Blu-ray.com, it would have popped up. So, was that a surprise to you?
That is. That is a nice surprise.
So how does it feel that not only is Lilia Forever finally getting a U.S. release with proper subtitles, but that you're going to be able to, I guess, next Monday, not this coming, but the next Monday,
Right.
take it home?
Woo! Very cool. Now, strangely enough, one of those will now be a duplicate in my collection. There was an American release for Mammoth, and I have that one. But most of those I don't think ever got released here. So that's...
There are a lot. I'm trying to see if there is any... Well, you'll have to take a look at it as it
Hey,
goes
Rosie.
to see. Rosie's saying happy birthday, too. So this is one of the 2 high-ticket items for your birthday.
Oh, very good, sir.
But I was lucky that when it was releasing, they were doing a sale. So I ended up getting 2 for the price of what 1 would have normally got me.
Ah.
So
Yeah, I guess as much as you've heard me going on about that movie, you kind of...
I couldn't not get it because you've been going on about that movie since college. So, yeah.
Yes. It's been that freaking long without a proper American release. It's, yeah.
Actually,
They've had a European release this whole time, but, you know.
so did you get the European release for your collection?
No.
Well, then this is definitely a full-on ad for it.
Yay.
And it's a Blu-ray collection, so
Right.
it is like full-on HD quality.
Cool.
I want to say they're 4K mastered, too.
Okay.
So, it's freaking Arrow. They do a good job mastering their stuff.
Oh, yeah. I get to
But,
add it to my small but pretty kick-ass Arrow collection.
So I think you'll be happy with that when you get it.
Very good.
So that's everything for this time around. So join us next week when we will hopefully be in the same room
Yeah.
to do our pickups.
Hopefully.
And even if you don't have any of your own, you'll be getting at least one pickup a week
Yep.
for the rest of this month. So
This will be fun, yes.
Yeah,
What's up?
2 down, 3 to go. And I'm ending with the big one, but you know what the big one is. So, this is probably this is the only major surprise. There are some that might be surprises, but they're not going to be like huge ones. This one, however, is probably the only one that would be like, ooh.
That was a surprise, yes.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I would have saved it to the end, but I was worried you would figure it out, you would find out about it. So,
Okay. Instead, you saved the one I know about.
hey, if anything, you'll hopefully get almost as much enjoyment out of that at the end of it all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I hope you've enjoyed this pickup. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and share. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.